All right, y'all, so let's talk about this. 50 Cent, T.I. Shots have been fired. 50 Cent, his shots came from a 22. T.I. shots came from a Uzi submachine gun. Do I care about a versus battle? Mm-mm. But the professional thing to do is take it to the stage instead of all the back and forth banter. But I understand T.I.'s position and I understand King Harris' position. Petty situations usually stay petty and they even get pettier. Now let's look at what we already know briefly and look at where we are. T.I. is expecting a versus battle because 50 Cent agreed to it according to T.I. 50 Cent didn't disagree with what he said. He didn't say he's lying. He didn't dispute it, right? What 50 Cent does is try to make you feel or look small or irrelevant, like he's not worried about you. Like I told you, it's like every one of these rappers, when they say something about him, whether they make a record or something, it feels like they're auditioning for his attention. Well, for the first time, it doesn't matter, because you go back way back to when Jadakiss made his diss record. People said Jadakiss out-rapped him, and of course Jadakiss can out-rap him, but it didn't do anything to 50 Cent. Okay, but 50 Cent record sales slowed down considerably, after him making fun of Rick Ross and all these other guys who records didn't sell that much, and then him and Kanye dropped their albums, and Kanye sold a whole lot, and 50's barely sold. So there was a lot. So maybe, just maybe, the Jadakiss situation and other stuff leading up to that did take a toll to what people said, man, because there was a lot of people saying 50 Cent do all this for clout, man, because he's garbage. He can't rap. This is what they were saying about him. So maybe it did take a toll. Maybe all that did play a part. And if it didn't, well, it was just that they just stopped feeling his music. Now, either way you look at it, right? 50 Cent goes and drops the Crime Stoppers commercial. We've seen that already, right? Okay, what's this supposed to do? Oh, let me just remind you. He posts up a picture of a frog to let everybody know, hey, yeah, don't King Harris look like a frog? Okay. T.I. immediately throw 2 bombs at him. 50 Cent takes the post down. Then he reposts another picture of Tiny once again. Now let me say this. These women, these people can go out here. They can do all the cosmetic surgery, destroy their bodies, whether their face, whatever part of their body that they go out and destroy. Okay? So whatever pictures you put out to the public, we're in an era where people screenshot things, people post and repost. So you got to be mindful of what you put up, right? If it's something that you would get offended about, why would you put it out? Especially knowing you got people out here that do nothing but troll, not just 50 Cent. But here's the deal. 50 Cent has got the reputation of being a bully. And hey, I'm the one who called the shot. So if I decide to verbally say something about you and attack you verbally or whatever, post things up about you or make fun of your life situation, then cool. That's what I do. I'm 50 Cent. How many rappers have you heard people ask them about something 50 Cent said or did, and they'll say, that's what he do. You know what I'm saying? That's 50. 50 go at anybody. You know what I'm saying? That's what he, like, as if he just has the rite of passage. Okay, so the ego gets stroked. And then you think it's always going to be like that. Till you come across some people that's like, nah, I'm not having that shit. Now, here's the deal. 50 Cent has yet to respond with the record. But you got trolls out there making up lies. Yeah, you're subscribed to people that lie to you. New T.I. diss track 2026. And what do? Immediately, oh shit, just to find out, no, this isn't no new diss track. This is a song we've already heard. But you got all the idiots out there. And here go the thing. I already know it's not new. And I'll tell you how. Or it's something new but not directed at T.I. All you gotta do is look up the information. It had nothing to do with T.I. Then you got all the idiots in the comment section. Yo, this shit go hard. Yo, this fire. Yo, see, I ain't fucking with this nigga. Yo, this nigga. He's not even talking about T.I. though. This is how ignorant people are. How are you so out of the loop, but you're always inside somebody's business and wanting to know what they're doing and why this person said this and that. This whole thing has become T.I. understands 50's mentality. 50 Cent says things like, when I go after you, I'm going to go after you until I completely get rid of you, till you no longer exist. You're no longer relevant. I'm going to destroy your life and your career. Yeah, that's somebody with evil intentions. Now, if you're 20 years old and you see things a certain way, you've been through certain things in your life to where you've had almost near-death experiences, right? You mean to tell me at 50 years old, you've grown to know how to make money, you've grown how to know how to, handle business, but your maturity in terms of how you present yourself in front of this camera when it comes to you just being yourself, there's no growth? Why would a 50-year-old man be going back and forth with a 20-year-old? I mean, he's even 5 years older than T.I. But just saying, here's a grown-ass man. Why'd you take down the pictures just to put up another one? Now, everybody that's going, oh man, but yo, King crossed the line. He talking about his mom, yo, okay, let's not forget, when Irv Gotti died, 50 Cent made fun of it. Now, whether you like Irv Gotti or not ain't the point. Okay, that's not even what it's. This ain't about who you like and don't like, but whether you like the motherfucker or not. That's not the issue. That's somebody's dad. That's somebody's son. That's somebody's cousin. Somebody's uncle. You might not give a fuck about. You understand what I'm saying? But somebody else is grieving over him. Well, let's just act like 50 didn't do that. So King Harris and T.I. sent a clear message. T.I.'s message is really simple. I'm going to beat you at your own game. I'm going to out-rap you. Shots of fire. Plain and simple. Either we battle or shut the fuck up. You do all this talking for what? Now, King Harris took shots, and as far as his rap goes and all that, I mean, ain't nobody, feeling his little freestyle or whatever, but what he did, a couple of things. Do y'all not see what's happening? One, in that video while he's freestyling, whatever he's saying wasn't really even important. Nobody cared. You know what everybody noticed? He has the same picture that 50 Cent posted holding up of his mom on his shirt. That's some shit 50 Cent would do. But 50 Cent didn't do it, so now it's disrespectful because King does it. And here y'all talking about, yo man, T.I. need to yoke his son up. Man, that's a 21-year-old grown-ass man. The fuck y'all blaming T.I. for what? Maybe 50 Cent could come and slap y'all mamas in the face or piss down your throat and you go, thank you, 50. But that's the whole deal. Ain't nobody scared of this motherfucker. Ain't nobody, your life is like anybody can fucking get it, bro. Didn't the dude already get shot 9 times? And walk around with armed security all the time? Okay, so stop playing these stupid games. Any rapper can jump in front of a camera, holding up gun symbols. I do this, I do that. I sent so many shots. Yeah, I know, right? And then you end up in the cell right next to fucking Diddy. And then somebody's making a documentary about you, whoever it may be. So y'all can believe all that Superman shit y'all want, but nah, bro. See, when you go at somebody like 50 Cent, you have to go at them with full disrespect, because that's what he's going to try to do to you. See, because if I can say or do something that can end your career, this is how you feed your family. Everybody don't have an acting career or can go somewhere and be you know, I can, you know, be a commentator for some type of sport or a show host or whatever. Everybody don't have that. So when somebody tries to destroy you, what are you supposed to do? Huh? Just cross your fingers and hope that they stop, or do you fight back? And anybody from the streets, you know that you fight back. You don't go down. If you remember a couple of months ago, he was beefing with Marlon Wayans over absolutely nothing. And you had content creators making videos talking about this one and that one, told Marlon, yo, chill. You're like, what Marlon's supposed to bow out like a little bitch? Oh, that's 50. I can't say nothing. Nah, y'all some cowards. You know, this Haitian guy from Irvington, New Jersey, you guys remember, he's the guy that came up to 50 while 50 Cent was on a date or something and tried to give him his mixtape or something, or, you know, for him to, and 50 rejected it, right? Now, I'm not saying 50 was wrong. This is this guy's personal time. He's out with his lady or whoever. All right, that guy was out of pocket. Maybe he had the plan B for clout. If this nigga reject my shit, fuck that. I'm going to challenge him to a fight. And that's automatically going to go viral. And there was another time where 50 Cent was at a restaurant or something like that. And the guy came up, you know, like he's stalking 50 or something, man. And he's outside the building and telling 50 to come out. Now, I feel like that was all, yeah, it was for the cameras. And again, somebody's there filming it, not saying the word. So we know this not no innocent, this is a bystander. This is somebody that he had with him. Okay. Now, 50 felt disrespected, right? You guys felt that that was disrespectful. Now, what happens when 50 Cent just decided to make a meme of somebody because somebody have a situation? Like, one of the ultimate signs of disrespect, Diddy did what he did to himself. So Diddy's in a position of, hey, you know what, man? I'm a victim of my own actions. Well, what do 50 Cent do? I'm going to go do a documentary about my enemy. He does this to rub shit in. Okay? Diddy's son goes out there with, was it Total? And he started, when I say bad, y'all say boy and all that. Nobody responded and all that. Okay, and all these people was posting and shit. Who you think was one of the first people to respond? So do you understand? We talking about pettiness. So what does King do? I'm going to wear your mama on my shirt, nigga. Then what does he do? He reaches out to apologize to 50 Cent's son because he brought his name in. And when he said, I slapped that motherfucker, whatever, he's like, yo, as a man, I apologize because you ain't had nothing to do with it. I was wrong. Then he reaches out to Diddy's son. Now, what do you think King is doing? They know how 50 Cent move. And 50 Cent is very sneaky. 50 Cent will make you think, oh, this is over. Then all of a sudden he comes out. Let's let T.I. songs die down. Let's let his momentum slow down. Now I'm going to come out and start talking shit. Now, would that be a cool thing to do? Or would that be some played out shit? Like, where was this when T.I. sent his shots at you? Where was this then? Right? Where was all this at then? But that's the type of, what I'm saying, the type of shit that he does. So now, if you're not going to respond like a man right now, why wait till later? And why would y'all even care? Because a versus battle is not about, I'm trying to end your career. I'm trying to fuck your life up. A versus battle is, you know, they want to call it a celebration. Ain't no celebration. It's my catalog versus your catalog. That's bottom line. What songs I choose to do versus what songs you choose to do. Whatever our performance is, our energy is that night. No, people going to pick sides. I don't care for versus battle because, for one, unless something unique is going to happen, the only versus battle that I watched, I sat and really watched it. Only thing I watched Kane versus KRS-One. And the only reason that I watched that shit was because they said, the way Kane explained it was that they was going to have a breakdance battle, a DJ battle, and some bars back and forth, a rap battle, along with the performances, which we haven't seen that done before on the versus battle. So that's why I checked in. I don't need to listen to Kane and KRS-One to do a versus battle for me to decide who I like better as an artist. I already, you know, seen them perform. I done heard all their music. So you know, that's not going to change my mind. You understand what I'm saying? Because I see a versus battle. So, I mean, I could just sit and listen to your material. That's all I got to do. They both older now, so neither one of them You know, KRS-One jumping up and, you know, whatever. You know, Kane don't do them dance moves like he used to, of course, but at the same time, and it's just, you know, that shit doesn't overwhelm me, man. It is what it is. It's nothing new. I've seen it already. So they are who they are. They've done what they've done. Okay? KRS-One got like 26 albums. I don't know anybody personally that know any of the words of his songs after the I Got Next album. So his music appeals to the people that's been with him all this time. And not fully everybody, because you think about this. These guys are not getting radio play, right? They're getting plays on like YouTube or whatever, these other platforms you can download music and all of that. But I know that if somebody got like 300,000 views in like a 4 or 5 year span, or even this just several months, it's not 300 and something thousand new people. Okay, these are the same maybe 30, 40,000 people watching the video. That's how you learn the songs. That's what, you understand what I'm saying? The same way you look at somebody got like 380 million views on a song. You think 380 million, if they have 380 million different people listening, they'd be filthy rich. They'd be far more richer than what they are. Okay, and that's any artist. This is a lot of the same people. You know, yeah. And I do these people that can get millions of people to watch. Yeah, but there's a lot of the same people listening to this shit over and over. Because people don't really, nobody's buying albums anymore. Nobody cares about albums anymore. It's all about singles. It's a different time. Okay? But at the end of the fucking day, case in point, man, is you know, when you are in that driver's seat, no other rappers, you don't see nobody else just attacking people. Just 50 Cent still doing this shit at 50 years old. And I reiterate, man, for dude to say at 50 years old, you shouldn't have had the hottest verse. Rap is a young man's game. Then you should definitely at 50 years old feel like you too grown up, too mature, and too fucking old to be out here posting pictures of people's wives, people's moms, and being disrespectful. So nobody cares other than 50 Cent fans what King did and said about his mom. You talk about somebody's mom, nigga, all his fans love him more. Y'all didn't feel no kind of way because he made fun of Irv Gotti being killed when he lost his life. You know what I'm saying? And my whole thing with that is 50 don't care. He know Irv Gotti's not here to see it, his reaction, but he know Ja Rule is, and that's, you know, the enemies. And if you think about it, Ja Rule is not bringing up 50 Cent. It's people bringing up 50 Cent to Ja Rule. But look at all the stupid shit going back and forth. Why is 50 Cent always in something? Why? Look, from him coming into this game and him beefing with Ja Rule, him talking shit about Brandy, you know, Fat Joe, whatever, and his reasons for Fat Joe and Jada Kiss was because they did the song with Ja Rule. Outside of that, they ain't had nothing to do with it, and he wound up making peace with them, right? Okay, I can understand to a degree why him and Game had a falling out. Game was another story in his own. You know, he's another story. People always say that he lied about everything. So whatever. But the Game, you know, he has a falling out with Nas. Like, dude, he constantly, every time you turn around, is a problem. It's always a problem with this dude. Now you end up having shit to say about Lil' Kim. You end up having shit to say about Marlon Wayans. You know, Cool J, Faizon Love. Like, goddamn. There's always something. Even him and Cat Williams had some little back and forth banter, where people call it friendly banter or whatever the fuck. But I'm just saying, it's always something like, I can say and do what I want because I'm 50, but you can't. Nah, bullshit. Nobody giving a fuck about that, man. Ain't nobody caring about that bullshit. See, especially as black folks, where, you know, most black people got this mind of servitude because they always feel like they got to bow down to something and worship and praise something, or pale-skinned people are the rightful leaders of this world. Yeah, and we're not equal to them. And people say, no, I'm not saying it. Yes, you are saying that, motherfucker. Your actions show it. So that means you operate without even thinking. You just innately know it inside, huh? You're beneath them. They show it in their actions. So 50 Cent has been bombed on. This guy, Domani, he's not a big name rapper, but he did that Miss Jackson song. And if you listen to what he's saying, it's like, damn, basically, man, he's exposing 50 Cent to be fragile, insecure, and just doing bitch made type shit. This is pretty much what he's exposing in that song. You understand what I'm saying? And he used the Sorry Miss Jackson from Outkast to, as part of the hook and all. And I'll tell you this, regardless and this is not about who I like and don't like. I can care less about any of that bullshit. I just think this is corny as fuck, man. And it's corny because, like I said, it could have been just a simple battle. Which I don't care. I wouldn't even watch the verses. This is the thing I'm saying. I don't even care about the verses. And, what I saw, and that was because somebody told me, wasn't even paying attention to that shit. And people was like, yo, man, I know you said, I know you don't watch verses. You said you don't watch it, but like, yo, Jadakiss destroyed the Lox, bro. Like, he destroyed them dudes, man, by himself. Like, yo, just that part alone. Yeah, whatever. So, I end up, whatever day it was, I was off, chilling. And, again, that shit popped up in my feed. So I said, and I watched it. I didn't really, I couldn't get all into all the Cameron putting his foot on dude, kicking him and all that. I mean, it was like, my thing is this, right? And this is one of the things I don't like about the way our people operate. Why everything with us got to be loud and boisterous, crass and shit? Everything we do got to be a bunch of yo nonsense. Yo, put your motherfucking things, nigga. Throw your balls up, nigga. Yo, motherfucker. And everything is like, we don't care if kids are watching. We don't care if elderly people are sitting there watching. We don't do anything that families can enjoy. Everything is just who he is. Know what I'm saying? That's how. Nah, it's not how we all are. And that shit turns me off as a black man because that is really how the world sees us. Like, we're just loud, ignorant people. We just, it reminds me of when Jarrell Miller was saying he don't like AJ because AJ fake. Ain't no niggas, niggas is not like that. Yo, niggas is loud, you know what I'm saying? Niggas, like, I'm a real nigga, I'm a Brooklyn nigga. And I'm just like, wow. He did all that big talking and he called AJ a drug cheat and then he gets caught cheating. You understand what I'm saying? So with all of this talking and then you end up embarrassing yourself. I'm not worried about what Jarrell Miller and nobody do. Nobody can make me look bad except for the only person who can make me look bad is me. And the most somebody else can do is make lies up about me. But other than that, no, you can't make me look bad because we're the same nationality. But this is where I'm saying that's everything's that. And I'm sitting there, I've seen like different clips of things. Like what's the guy Marion? What's their group B2K? And they're eating watermelon on stage. And I know it was a reference to a song that they made, but I'm just like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? That's what you call black entertainment? Like, you understand what I mean? Everything is, professionalism is something that people don't think is necessary. I mean, I don't even know who these guys are. Somebody had a podcast the other day, it was yesterday. Shit pops up in my feed, and I'm sitting here, right here, in this very chair, earphones on, listening to some shit on my phone. Okay? And they over here arguing about something, and everything was, yo, motherfucker, nah, nigga, fuck that shit, nigga, fuck this podcast, nigga. You're shooting an episode for your podcast. You're saying, fuck this podcast, I don't give a fuck, nigga. And so you rather argue and debate and make a point to win an argument, and all he was doing was just cursing back and forth with each other. And the guy behind the camera is like, yo, come on, man. Bro, we only got like a few minutes left. We trying to wrap this shit up, bro. Yo, we even talk about what we supposed to do. Fuck that, nigga. Fuck. And I'm saying, see, this is exactly my point. This is why people are less and less professional. Because they got people like that jump in front of cameras And at one point, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? I was out in the street doing my things, that, and yo, you know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to all the little riders and shit, yo, you know what I'm saying? Dope boys and all that, and blah, blah, blah. So, okay, wait. So I can start a podcast. I can make a rap song. I can do shit and be successful. But there's nothing about the way I carry myself should I focus on. I always teach my family, I don't care if everybody on our street go and do X, Y, Z. We don't. And it's not about because of who's watching. It's not about, no, it's because this is who we are. And if you don't have integrity, you don't value your life, you don't give a fuck about, how you navigate through life, any one of us can end up making the same dumb decisions that a lot of these people are making that end up in early graves or end up in jail over nothing. Because once you're in there, it's too late to sit there. You can try to rethink it all you want in your head, but now you're in there. And if you're dead, you're just gone. And all this over what? You know what I mean? Getting mixed up with the wrong people in the wrong situations. And I don't hear many black people speaking like I'm speaking right now to correct this shit. Nah, I don't want to sound like the corny nigga. I want to just, niggas going to do what they going to do. Nonsense. Right. No leadership, no foundation, no structure. And that's why you can't control your kids. That's exactly why you and your wife, every time something happens, y'all jumping in front of a camera, telling everybody y'all business, and you're in a relationship. You ever notice married people call each other baby mama or baby daddy? Like it's corny to say my husband or my wife, or they don't really want people to know that they're married, or they want to give you the they want you to feel like, hey, I think they're in a bad relationship. Yeah, I think she want to slide out on a man. I think he want to slide out on his woman, that type of thing, man. When you look at it, you think, well, damn, is it corny to just be a good person? Obviously, everybody want to be the bad guy. I remember these guys who was talking. I forget the guy name. It's not somebody I'm really familiar with. But I remember the guy was talking to Vlad, and he was talking about Tupac, and he said, man, Tupac wasn't supposed to do what he did. He said, I don't care if people can get mad. I don't give a fuck. He said, I'm going to say what he said, plain and simple. He said, Tupac fucked up. The night that he got killed, he said, Tupac, first of all, man, we went to go watch the fight. We wasn't going up. He wasn't on that type of time. Wasn't going up there to, and he said, but Pac, hothead, he in front of the cameras, he realized, he's like, he wasn't supposed to do that. And he's like, and that's the thing. The crazy thing is, I can remember me saying, before I heard any rapper or anybody else say anything about it, my understanding of the situation, you don't know all the details or whatever, but I said, every time I hear somebody tell a story about Pac, all they ever talk about is how crazy Pac is. Yo, Pac about that life. Yo, I remember Pac snuck this dude. Yo, Pac walked up. Yo, he did this, right? I have never in my life heard a story about Tupac Shakur one-on-one himself walking up, squaring up, taking care of business because it just had to be done. No, it was always Pac and some dudes. I know Tretch and Pac are real cool, okay? But you see a lot of times people put themselves in lousy situations because they're worried about what people going to think, or they trying to look good for the people, right? And my thing was, I said, man, listen, first of all, I don't care nothing about people. You notice everybody always trying to prove how street somebody is when they, when they really like that person. So here's the thing, right? When you are almost every interview talking about you don't think you're going to live long, you think somebody going to kill you, people trying to kill you, put it in their music, you put that out to the universe in your interviews, and then you die early. Big too. Look at what happened. Now you think if motherfucker was like, yo, Pac, cool the fuck out. Sit your hot-headed ass down. We not going that route. We gonna go do X, Y, Z. We gonna enjoy this show. We gonna go fuck home. Cool the fuck out. We make money together. We got a life together. Keep focus on the business. Nah, when people too pussy to do that, when people just, Pac, you hard, he ain't gonna listen up. Okay, well then there's consequences. And somebody's supposed to give a fuck because it's Tupac. Like, oh, well, that's Pac. Let him rob you. Hey, that's Pac. Let him punch you in the face. Hey, that's Pac. Let him spit on you and do all that. Everybody want to try to prove how tough somebody is. When I was a kid, I was told tough guys either die early or go to jail for a long time. Okay? They go to jail early, they die early, or they go to jail early. One or the other. I tell dudes this all the time. Don't put a label on me. I was never a drug dealer. You understand what I'm saying? I was never a gangbanger. But I had big beef with drug dealers and gangbangers, and I never ran for nobody, and I stood up to all them motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? And my reputation was earned from beating motherfuckers' asses one-on-one when people was like, yo, that nigga crazy. I don't give a fuck how crazy he is. I don't care about none of that bullshit. And I always told people, don't brag about me. Don't go running your mouth, putting my name in nobody's business. All right? Because then I'm going to fuck you up. Leave my name out your mouth. Because you know people, yo, that nigga Aries, yo, that nigga nice. Yo, Aries, yo, I don't know, I think Aries will fuck you. People do shit like that. Now somebody feels some kind of way. They say some dumb shit. It get back to me. I see this motherfucker and you understand now I'm stomping the dog shit out of you because now you want to act tough. You want to, you understand what I'm saying? I'm a trained athlete, bro. You understand what I'm not just another motherfucker. I'm not some average motherfucker. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And you think some gun talk gonna scare me or cause you supposed to be some tough nigga and all I ever see you do I don't give a fuck if you did the same shit I do. But all you do is get high and get drunk and you think you gonna fuck with a motherfucker that, Nick, man, please. And I'm like, yo, I'm just who I am. Don't label me as don't leave my name out your mouth. I always tell people that. But when you hot-headed and think you always got to be on the front line of something that leads to much or nothing. So every time y'all talking about, yo, I wish Pac was still here. Yo, I wish Big was still. All right, then. Had they had direction, even though they were grown-ass men, but if they had direction, you know, things wouldn't have went that way. But then you always got people on the flip side of Pac saying how much he loved black people. Yo, he was a baby Panther. You know, his mom was the original Black Panther. And yeah, I hear all of that. But every time I turn around, all I heard was Pac always beefing with black people and running up on people with a crew of people. And as much as y'all want to act like that's normal because it's Pac, see, that's the problem. Nobody can tell people anything. Just let the motherfucker do what they want, right? And that's exactly what happened. And you see where it got them. But that's too grown up for stupid motherfuckers to understand. So y'all can sit there and dick ride Pac and anybody all you want. See, I'll bring this back for y'all. Wack 100 says something about Pac. And I don't remember what it was. Maybe he said Pac wasn't a gangster. Or something he said about Pac. Something he was saying. I don't know. But Tretch from Naughty by Nature didn't like that shit. So Tretch tweeted, "Hi, bitch. I'm in LA. I'm on your ass," or something to that effect. Bro, let me tell y'all something. The next day, I seen like 8 different videos like pop up, and then a whole lot more like hours later. Yo, Tretch whooped Wack 100's ass. Now I'm gonna show you how full of shit people are though. You saw thumbnails, and several channels had the same thumbnail with their little, added emojis and stuff, or they're writing on it, whatever. And it said, you could see like somebody laying down on the ground, and you see people standing around, but you couldn't make out who was who. So you hearing stories. I mean, I heard all these stories about how Tretch ran up on Wack, knocked him out. Yo, he came up with the Booyah Tribe, and Wack had his people, and all these different things that I'm hearing, right? All these channels. I told you, yo, Tretch is going to stretch them. I told you, right? Smiling and everybody's talking, right? All of a sudden, right? I think it was the next night, the same night or the next night, and yeah. So they had all these thumbnails and all this, right? So that same night or the next night, I see Wack 100 in the car. Yo, Tretch, where you at, nigga? Yo, I'm looking for you. Yo, tell Donut, yo, to come to such and such. Meet me there, nigga, right? He ain't got a mark on his face. Now, all them thumbnails, all them fake thumbnails, just to find out there was no altercation. So what happens? Wack story wound up being a couple of days after that, something to the effect of like he didn't see Treach the whole time. I think he said some of his boys saw Treach. Like wherever Treach was, he got word Wack was looking for him. He dipped. He went to another spot. He dipped from there. But they spotted him coming out of a restaurant or something like that. And this was like Wack's story that his boys told him like, yo, Wack, we found this nigga. Like, this nigga like 140 pounds, man. Like, and Wack say like, yo, nigga really like 140 pounds. Like, really? It's like, man, let that little nigga go. And that's how that ended, according to Wack. Treach sent the messages on Twitter like, yo, soldiers stand down and all of that. And was like, yo, man, look, salute to Wack because he could have let the soldiers loose, but he didn't, or something to that effect. And he started talking about increase the peace and all of that. And I watched all these people turn on Treach. So Treach will post some shit like, yo, good morning, kings and queens and all that, and yo, enjoy this beautiful day. And people be like, say stuff like, yeah, I bet you won't go to the west side of your hood. Yo, yeah, you better have a peaceful day because we know if somebody threatened to fight you, you ain't gonna do nothing. And I mean, they was pissed off. Yo, Pac turning his grave because of you, nigga. You a sellout, nigga. You let Pac down. And I'm sitting up here like, just listen to what people are saying. It's like if Pac was alive, Treach was gonna bow down, get on his knees, and Pac would be stroking his head like a fucking puppy or something. You know, hey, good boy, how you held it down from like. And I'm like, yeah, these people crazy. It's kind of like that unwritten rule how you're not supposed to say Bruce Lee couldn't beat. There's nobody in the world Bruce couldn't beat because he got superpowers. And that 132-pound little motherfucker is just the baddest motherfucker that ever lived. Yeah, whatever, man. But that type of shit, it backfired. Nothing got solved. And pretty much all that happened just for people to end up calling Treach a bitch. Treach a sellout, that nigga soft, that nigga ain't do nothing. He got scared because Wack was talking shit and Treach got scared, man. And I'm just like, you know. You understand what I'm saying, yo? Like, this shit goes nowhere. Now, look at the thumbnail. T.I. posted that thumbnail of, 50 Cent looking like a goddamn Lego. So yeah, I'm going to beat you at your own game. You want to post shit? Let's go. But I'm going to drop some bombs. Let's see you do the same thing. The dude beef with Benzino. He beat everybody he beefed with. And this is what I'm saying. Now imagine if T.I. didn't drop any songs. He just posted the Lego picture of 50 Cent. This is what two grown men going to do. Let's just post pictures of each other. Let's just make up little memes and shit. Like a 45-year-old and a 50-year-old man. That's what they're going to do. So, no. Let's make this music. I mean, what would you tell your kids to do? Let's go ahead and make some money with this music. Let's be petty and sit here and just post memes and shit. Post stupid-ass pictures. Because that's pretty much where this went. You know what I'm saying? But with the exception of T.I. dropping music. Well, again, you got to cut deep. It's like I remember one time, who was it? I think it was Kumo D. And somebody asked him, yo, if you had to battle Kane, how would you go about it? He said, Kane is like a lyrical assassin, man. You're not going to beat Kane, like, just bar for bar. You got to, like, get disrespectful, talk about his mama and, like, stuff like that. He's like, I got too much respect for him, so I wouldn't do that because, that's my brother and all that. But you can't just go bar for bar with that guy, man. You got to, like, really just get gutter, like, try to, and not even like that's going to work. Guaranteed to work, but like that's how you got to do it. You got to just get real disrespectful and say a bunch of stuff that, to take people's minds off of just the bar for bar, your word versus his word. But damn, yo, he went out, he said blah, blah, blah and all that. See, for me, that don't cut it. See, I see through the bullshit. I understand what bars are and all that, so I get it. So for me, No, but I understood what he was saying. But this is what I'm talking about. You know, when people don't give a fuck about each other. Notice what he said. That's my brother. I got too much respect for him to even, take it there. You understand what I'm saying? Same way when Kane was talking about him and KRS-One, he's like, nah, man, it ain't gonna be no, like, we talking about each other mothers or suck this, and it ain't gonna be none of that. But that's what this generation want to see more of. They want to, no Vaseline and shit like that. They want to, you understand what I'm saying? So when you talking about your enemies, like 50 Cent said, I go after you until you no longer exist. All right, then. So why the fuck is anybody going to take their foot off of 50 Cent neck? Posting pictures, and then you got people talking about, yo, 50 Cent ain't even worried about these niggas. 50 ain't even worried about them niggas, man. He posted another picture of a dude, mom, he don't give a fuck. Right, but then you got a whole bunch of other people saying King is too disrespectful and he this and he that. All right, right. So when 50 laughed at Irv Gotti for dying, right? You understand what I'm saying? Oh, that's cool because it's 50. You know, however this ends, it really just needs to end. Because we already know the versus battle is not going to happen. Question though, what happens if 50 Cent just decide to stick his nose in somebody else's business and just make fun or talk shit about somebody else? Then what? What happens when the next black person have a situation in their life and 50 decide he want to make a documentary about that person, and then what? You see, fans are idiots because you don't know how to choose what's right and wrong. You don't care. You only care about praising and glazing the people that you look up to. I don't look up to no fucking body. Nigga, you hurt, bleed, shit, pissed, dude, you sweat, you just say you ain't no different from me, motherfucker. What the fuck I don't look up to nobody. But at the same time, I know when people move wrong, the people that support their bullshit keep their heads big, make them think like, what they doing is cool. I entertain my audience, my fans. That's their mindset. Anybody can lose their life. This is petty. This shit shouldn't even come to actual real beef. You understand what I'm saying? But I guarantee you this, for a motherfucker that know he got a lot to lose, they don't want to run into the enemies. Look, Jim Jones, he ruffled a lot of feathers, and I get that as well. But look at my point with this. 50 Cent goes and buy the building. Right? You see the video of Jim Jones kicking the door. He's trying to find which door got the heat, where he could turn the heat on because they had no heat in the building. Now, Jim Jones being behind on his payments and all that for his utilities and all that, or whatever, paying his rent and all that shit, whatever. They start turning off the heat and all that, turn the lights off in certain, whatever parts of the building or whatever the fuck it was. And you see them kicking and kicking. Now you hear the phone conversation of the guy supposedly talking to 50, explaining that he owed like between $80,000 and $180,000. And yo, damn Jim, what you doing, yo? Why you ain't paying? All these motherfucking people got something to say, right? And like I said, Jim Jones rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and I get that as well. You see them on the, we Gucci, show them how Gucci we is. We out here, you know what I'm saying? Counting well, right? Now you can't pay your rent. I get it. But once again, here is my point. All of these fucking people that's making comments is overlooking the main thing. If him and Mano, whoever they're in there doing their podcast in there, this is what I'm saying. Why do you think 50 Cent bought the building? Because they're not going to want to pay him. If anything, fuck this, man. We out of here. You understand what I'm saying? And he'll either resell or use that building for his own purposes. You understand what I'm saying? But bottom line, I'm just doing it just to fuck with people's lives. Do you understand? That's what this dude does. The dude has evil intentions. Most of them have evil intentions. The problem is y'all support the dumb shit. See, Fabulous made a song. He made a diss, but that's it. That song has come and gone. Nobody's talking about that shit anymore. They still talking about T.I. because you know why? T.I. didn't just make a record. T.I. violated this motherfucker. Stepped on his neck and like, nah, now I'm going to make another one. I ain't going to stop there. And I'm going to post your big Lego head of that. This is what he doing. He's like, nah, y'all scared of this motherfucker, nigga. I ain't scared no goddamn 50 Cent. Same way when Jay-Z's like, ain't nobody scared of 50 Cent or whatever. Oh, man, why you had to say it, though? Why you had to say it, though, if he ain't scared? Y'all just repeat what 50 Cent said. And this is the thing. It's like y'all some straight up bitches because, for one, the fact that you would even suggest that another man be scared of another man, like, yo, like, you can't. Man, let me tell you some shit, man. I'm just going to say this and leave it at that. I seen a dude one night. There was like 7 dudes tried to jump this dude. That motherfucker pulled his knife out and he started chasing everybody out there. And they running. Put your knife down, you bitch ass nigga. Oh, he's a bitch ass nigga, but it takes 7 of y'all to fight one dude. Now, I've been in a similar situation myself. So, hey. Yeah. It's funny how when people see you not pussy, all of a sudden, they the ones, bitch ass nigga, pussy ass nigga, but you're running. You're not one-on-one. And I done caught a lot of motherfuckers one-on-one. And I done had situations where I was outnumbered. And I know how that shit went. And as you can see, I ain't got no stitch marks or nothing. No broken nothing. I understand. And it's not about, bragging and no. It's real. I'm telling you. Y'all put it y'all put things in the perspective of, where you try to adjust things to fit a narrative that you wanted to fit into. When Beanie Sigel was younger, I used to hear all these stories about Beanie Sigel was bullying people. He was robbing people. He was just violating motherfuckers, right? Now he gets a little older, loses voice and all that pretty much, and he remember he got knocked out some years ago by some younger dude, and people in the comment sections like, yo, this nigga, Beans was younger, Beans would have did this, and Beans would. So you condone the bullshit. So in other words, what y'all was basically saying without realizing is what Beans basically caught karma. The shit he used to do to people, somebody did it to him. And now it's on camera for the world to see him getting knocked out. You understand what I'm saying? Regardless to what the reason, whatever, it happened. So if you out of your own mouth is saying that, yo, back in the day, he was about that life. So he was a bully. He was a troublemaker. That's what you're saying about Beans. He was an evil motherfucker. I heard people say that. And you applaud that? Now, ain't it crazy how now a lot of the same people laughing at Beans because he got a food truck? Yeah, he ain't on stage just making money. He got a food truck. And y'all laughing at him, making fun of him. So all this right here leads to much of nothing. This shit right here got corny. And I don't think I'm going to talk about this situation anymore. And that's why I'm going along with this one. I just don't see how all of this happened out of a simple, supposed to be versus battle. And all the childish shit. And all these fake ass channels out here putting up fake songs. Like, yeah, the song 50 Cent did wasn't a bad, and it had nothing to do with T.I. But they will lie to y'all. Just to clickbait to get y'all to watch. That's because you got a bunch of fake people out here. And y'all don't know who's who anymore. Real talk like this goes over y'all heads because y'all too immature. And nothing I'm saying is complex. It's just real. And it's because fake people can't grasp it. This is corny shit. It's bullshit. But when you fight fire with fire, that's what you got to do. You got to keep coming. That's what 50 Cent does. Look how long he been beefing with Ja Rule. And then him and Tony Ayo talk about beef never dies. Okay, just remember, you're 50 now. And the older you get, and physically certain things you can't do no more, and you depend more and more on your armed security. You depend more and more on, somebody come at me, I got SWAT or whoever I can call it, I can pay it. Yeah. There's always somebody who don't care. Who you think who you think is scared of 50 Cent? You see the situation where the dude ran up on him, he was the girl. It was one-on-one. It wasn't this dude had 20 people with him, and it was just him and 50 Cent and the chick. Did 50 go, yo, hold up, back up. Nah, I got this. No. He's explaining to the dude. The dude was completely out of pocket, but do you understand what I'm saying to you? You saw this with your own 2 eyes. Where was the fight at? Where was I'm going to beat this little motherfucker? No, where was any of that at? Yo, but Aries, you got to understand, he could have sued. Yeah, shut up. That's my point. Y'all always want to believe some war stories. That's my point. If there was no cameras there, There's no telling what the story would have been. But all I'm saying is, where was the fight at? And the dude ran up on 50, did he not? Squared up, yo, remember, right? Right? Okay. And all he did was talk. And look how little this motherfucker was. But this is a grown ass man. And it ends up to a second time where, yeah, the guy was stalking 50, like I said. Why are you still involved in shit like that? Why are you still engaging in shit like that? And this is what happens. 50 obviously didn't have security with him that time, right? It was just him and that chick. It is obvious he thought he was in this place where he didn't really have to worry about that kind of shit happening. But it happened. See, that's petty shit. Now you think how every time somebody have a situation, if 50 or anybody else decide they got something to say about it, people are not supposed to defend themselves? Come on, man. Y'all don't get it. Y'all with all this, like I said, y'all pick sides with who y'all like. Nah, he out here getting cooked on records, and he refused to make a record back. You just gonna post pictures of people. Let me show you how stupid that is, though. You posting pictures of a woman who was on stage at the time that the picture was taken. So that picture you show, everybody in that audience saw her in person, looking how she was looking. The picture of her face is not a picture you went and snuck and took. This is a picture she posted. So you're just reposting shit that people seen already. How is this a shot? How? Everybody knows what Tiny looks like. And this is like what I'm saying, like, that's how you come back swinging? Nah, come on, man. So, if 50 Cent is not going to respond now, he shouldn't respond at all. If he's going to walk away from this just to fuck with somebody else, as long as y'all support the dumb shit, people going to continue to do it. Once y'all decide, man, this is bullshit, I'm not fucking with this, that's when it stops. That's when it stops, because they realize nobody cares anymore. 50 fucking years old. 50 ain't just his name no more. He's actually 50. Posting pictures of people. I'm too old for rap, but I'm not too old to troll and play silly ass games with another 45-year-old man and his 21-year-old son. Why didn't he address Domani? I guess he feel like Domani's not a big enough name for him. Huh? I don't know. I really don't care. But my whole thing with this is, here we go with this petty shit, that if this shit just goes away and this whole T.I. 50 Cent thing ends, okay, whatever. Whatever they do it doesn't bother me personally. That's these two grown ass men life. But as someone that gives news to this channel, it's like, what is it to drag out? This is where your fans got to be like, yo, you tripping. This shit you doing is corny. Wake these motherfuckers up. And I can't fault T.I. or King for their stance. I don't fault this dude, Domani. I don't fault him either. Like I said, man. Not only that, y'all are from the South, right? And I don't think we should be segregated. Anyway, that's another thing that's really stupid about our people. But again, the city you from, New York, anywhere you from, if you burn down bridges with too many people, what you think gonna happen in the long run? You don't have anybody, even your own team. You understand what I'm saying? Even your own team. So it is what it is. But yeah, man. T.I. basically he cooked 50 Cent in every way. And pretty much, if this is not going to be handled on the stage, if this is not going to be something done where it's just, yo, okay, cool. It's my skills versus your skills. My talent versus your talent. Let's go. Nobody should support any of this shit outside of that. And if it comes to something happening in the streets or whatever, so be it. That's on them. But it's just so sad that Grown ass motherfuckers 50 years old and up don't know how to fucking be examples for the youth. And this is real. You know, King is T.I.'s son. But what about all the other kids that know about this kind of shit and see this? These motherfuckers older than my parents, and these motherfuckers my parents' age, and they don't act no older than I do. They don't act no older than fucking King. But this ain't a shot at T.I. because I feel like T.I. did what he was supposed to do. You understand? 50's the one that's always starting shit. But at the end of the day, like I said, when you're old man, when you got Tony Yayo calling you a bully, yeah, we see it. But this right here, this is some of the corniest shit going on. And somebody said to me the other day, what you think would happen if LL would have responded? I'm like, I don't know, and I really don't care. But he didn't respond, and he don't need to respond at all. Simply because now if he's asked about anything, right, and he says something to address that question, and 50 Cent getting his feelings again, and it escalated to what? Just more talking. See? See how y'all overlook that? You talking about his dead mama, and King crossed the line. So when a motherfucker talking about mama said knock you out, no, fuck mama said knock you out, get the strap. What is he threatening to kill LL? Or I'll have somebody kill you, LL. What's the point of him saying that? And all this because what? Because LL said he's the most important rapper in rap history, and that bothers 50 Cent. Y'all need to get people nuts out your mouth. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. At the end of the day, I said what I said.